Yes, you join me again. That time. Box time. Now, as many times before that I have sworn off socket 775 purely because they are a dime a dozen. We've seen it all. There's nothing really interesting you can do with it. You can't run Windows 11 on it anymore because it doesn't have SSE 4. That said, I always find a reason to buy just another one. Either it is super cheap or there's something that tickles me about it. Well, in the case of this computer that I'm unboxing now, there's two things. Well, even before we get to that, just look at this. So this computer used to belong to Eskom Holdings. And it was equipped with, it seems, DDR3, 4 gigs. Yeah, that is definitely an Intel board. Windows 7 Pro. Looks like a 23. That is going to be an i3. Yeah. This used to be an i3 that Eskom used. It's a Mesa Proficient, locally made. That's not the motherboard that's currently in here. As you can see, the IO shield. The IO shield is missing. So whoever plopped this board in here just did so because it was the first and best case they could find. We can see it's the wrong screws being used for the power supply. It's only using 2 screws, although that does look like the original power supply. Let me get this open and show you the reason, or the first reason why I bought this. And there it is. This motherboard is the Piel 3 LA3. Piel IA3. I think this is Piel LA3. But anyways, we'll find out a bit later. I can't wait to get this board scanned and uploaded to the Retroref. You can also see it was a great install. This SATA or DVD or what is this? USB cable is absolutely wedged behind this board. No idea where it goes. But when I was Googling this rather unique name of a motherboard, one of the links I found did say that despite this having a G31 or a G41 or one of the later chipsets for 775, it does not support Core 2 Quad. In fact, it only supports FSBs up to 166. And this is equipped with a Core 2 Quad 9550, the second from the top model. That alone is going to cover the cost of this board. So I'm thinking, maybe I'm lucky, and I'm not only IPIL, but I might get this running, provided I pop in an old, slow, let's say E5300 Pentium. So let me get this unscrewed from here, get the board on the bench, and take it from there. So in case you can't already tell, the white border that is around the PCB of the motherboard, that is a classic HP thing. So this IPIL was used in an HP. You can also see their HP part numbers. And it would have been HP then that crippled this BIOS to not run any 775 processor, but only the ones they deem fit. It could be an issue of the VRMs on here not being strong enough, and they just opted for a late model chipset so that they can run DDR3 with it. The caps on here looks like caps. That's all I'll say about that. And I think I'm going to chance it, take out the power supply as well, and we can give this a thorough test with the way it was assembled. Also increase the chances of smoke, because smoke is always good. Alright, so here we are on the bench, and already one of the things I noticed, the power supply has got a lovely dent in here, and a bulge down here. Something was stepping on it, or it endured one hell of a fall. It's not the side where the PCB is at, so probably not cracked. We'll see. And And if we lift off this here cooler, which apparently has some broken pins, which is why it's sitting so lopsided. Yeah, there is our Q9550 processor. Cool. I'm gonna flip that around into a, let's go low level. No, let's go with the best alternative. No, let's go low, yeah. Let's go low level. Let's go for an E2180. That is as slow as I can go here. Before entering Northwood was it Prescott? Anyways, P4 net burst era, which I don't have any of, thankfully. Provided I can get this CPU in here, and I'm making a real hash up. I'm gonna try and bend some pins. I should not. It doesn't appear to have any, so let's keep it that way. It's in. It could also be a RAM issue. I'm not gonna worry with that too much right now. We first just want to see if we can actually get some life out of this. This cooler is also not making any contact with that CPU. Let's see if we drop it down. It's not really contacting the CPU all that much. But okay, I suppose it can live to fight another day. We will need VGA. And let's get a keyboard. And let's go with this poor mangled up power supply that it came with. Front panel, let's give it power, see what it does. Fan spins up. Do we have a display? Well, that was an easy win, but it still says unsupported CPU installed. Computer will restart. Okay, well, I guess it's not happy with a 2180. Is the E5300. I do hope it works. Please work, because then I can actually sell you for something, anything. Last resort, the 5300. 300. It does not. Is this a Northwood board? Why are you so difficult, motherboard? Could it be RAM? Although, if it detects the RAM and says the processor is not supported, then I guess it's happy with the RAM. I'm trying to find out where the cat piss is coming from. It's the CPU fan. Oh my word. So let's recap what happened here today. I paid 315 Rand for this computer. It was listed for more, but I put in a lower offer. It did come with the Q9550 CPU, which is a very sought after Core 2 quad, which I then sold and made 110 Rand on. So I'm still 200 Rand out of pocket. The motherboard sold for 22 Rand, and that is with a CPU installed on it, the 2180, that gave that CPU not supported error message. And from everything I can find online, the motherboard should work just fine with that CPU. But I Piel, and I got that motherboard listed on the RetroWeb as the I Piel. It is an Afrikaans joke, but so is my career and this YouTube channel. Thank you for watching, and if you enjoyed what you've seen today and also like to Piel, be sure to check out the next video.